Nobody expected this from Joe Rogan and Elon Musk. When the news about Charlie Kirk's widow started spreading, both men said something that stunned everyone, and it wasn't what people thought they'd say. In a world where public figures usually play it safe, Rogan and Musk's reactions felt raw, emotional, and completely unfiltered. What they revealed sent shockwaves through social media, reshaping the entire conversation around one of the most shocking moments in modern politics. But before we get into what they said and why it matters, let's rewind for a moment to the tragedy that set everything in motion. When news broke that Charlie Kirk had been gunned down outside a private event in Arizona, the internet froze. The founder of Turning Point USA, known for his fiery debates and political confidence, was suddenly gone. Clips of his speeches flooded timelines, supporters mourned, and critics who once battled him online fell silent, at least for a moment. But the shock didn't stop there. Just hours after reports confirmed his death, major voices started reacting in real time. Podcasters, journalists, and politicians scrambled to process what had just happened. Among them was Joe Rogan, who was live on air when the story reached him, and his reaction was anything but scripted. And that single, unscripted moment would spark a chain reaction across the internet, one that even pulled in Elon Musk. Joe Rogan first heard the news while recording his podcast, and for a moment, even he was speechless. The usually calm and analytical host froze mid-sentence before quietly saying, "That's insane." What followed wasn't the kind of reaction anyone expected. Instead of political commentary, Rogan went straight to something deeper, calling out the people online who were actually cheering the death. He said it bluntly: celebrating anyone's murder, no matter what you think of them, is evil. That word hit hard. Rogan wasn't defending Charlie Kirk's views. He was condemning the culture that laughs at loss. Coming from a man known for unfiltered opinions and controversial guests, his tone that day was different. Serious, heavy, almost haunted. Clips of his reaction spread fast. Supporters praised his honesty. Critics called it performative. But everyone agreed on one thing: this wasn't a moment for show. Rogan's shock felt real. And while the internet dissected every second of that clip, another powerful voice was preparing to speak, one that would take the conversation even further. Elon Musk. Just hours after Rogan's reaction went viral, Elon Musk broke his silence, and his response was as unpredictable as ever. Posting on X, he didn't hold back. "Fight for what's right," he wrote, followed by a single word that echoed across the platform: resist. Within minutes, millions were sharing it, interpreting it, and arguing over what he actually meant. Some saw it as a call for unity. Others took it as a challenge, a warning that Kirk's death wasn't just a tragedy, but a turning point. Musk went on to post photos from the funeral, where his jet had been spotted arriving alongside high-profile guests. For a man often criticized for staying detached, his involvement here was deeply personal. People started asking why Musk seemed so emotionally invested. Was it political alignment, genuine grief, or something else entirely? One clip even caught him speaking quietly with Erika Kirk, Charlie's widow, a moment that left viewers wondering what the two had said to each other. And that's where things took an even more unexpected turn, when the world began to focus not on Musk or Rogan, but on her. While the internet argued over politics and motives, Erika Kirk stepped into the spotlight. Calm, composed, and carrying a kind of strength that silenced the noise. Just days after losing her husband, she appeared publicly for the first time, not with anger, but with grace. Her words were simple: forgiveness, faith, and focus. And that alone shocked everyone. Instead of feeding the outrage online, she spoke about peace and healing, saying she refused to let hate define Charlie's legacy. The clip went viral instantly. Millions watched her, holding back tears as she thanked supporters, even offering compassion to the man responsible for her husband's death. For many, it was the most unexpected response imaginable. Behind the scenes, Musk and Rogan were both seen reaching out to her. Musk reportedly offered support through Turning Point's foundation, while Rogan mentioned her message of forgiveness on his next podcast. Suddenly, Erika Kirk wasn't just the widow of a controversial figure. She had become a symbol of quiet resilience, someone both sides couldn't help but respect. But her grace wasn't the only thing making headlines. What happened next, a single photograph, would send the entire internet into overdrive. The photo hit the internet like a lightning bolt. Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, and Donald Trump standing side by side at Charlie Kirk's memorial. No captions, no statements, just a frozen moment packed with symbolism. Within hours, it was everywhere. Comment sections exploded with theories. Was this unity, strategy, or pure coincidence? A lip reader later claimed to have caught Trump whispering to Musk, "I've missed you." Whether true or not, it was enough to ignite speculation that old alliances were reforming in the most unexpected place: a funeral. Rogan's presence added another layer. For years, he distanced himself from political figures, but here he was, shoulder to shoulder with the world's most influential billionaire and a former president. The image became more than a memorial snapshot. It turned into a statement, one that blurred the lines between power, grief, and influence. Fans of all three men began dissecting every detail: Musk's expression, Rogan's stance, even the faint smile on Erika Kirk's face in the background. And as that photo continued to trend, one question began echoing online. Was this a show of solidarity, or the start of something much bigger? That single image did more than trend. It exposed a quiet shift happening behind the scenes. For years, Joe Rogan and Elon Musk had been cultural outsiders, questioning the system but never fully stepping into the same arena. Now, in the aftermath of Charlie Kirk's death, they suddenly looked like part of something larger. A new alignment of voices with influence that stretches far beyond politics. Musk's posts about resisting and fighting for truth weren't just about grief anymore. They became rallying cries for millions who felt silenced or ignored. Rogan's reflection on empathy, rare in his usual unfiltered world, made even his critics pause. Together, their reactions felt like a signal. The era of detached commentary was over. These men weren't just talking, they were taking sides. And then came Erika Kirk, no longer seen as just the widow of a fallen leader, but as a figure of unexpected power. Her calm presence, her message of forgiveness, and her connection to two of the biggest names in modern culture positioned her at the heart of something the media couldn't fully define. Was this coincidence, or the birth of a new kind of movement? One shaped not by outrage, but by influence, grief, and the world's most powerful voices converging in one story. Whatever it was, it had already started changing the conversation. What began as a tragedy ended up exposing something far bigger: the power of connection, influence, and public emotion colliding in real time. Joe Rogan's shock reminded people that empathy still matters, even in a world addicted to outrage. Elon Musk's sudden involvement showed that grief and belief can blur the line between tech, politics, and humanity. And Erika Kirk's quiet strength proved that grace can command more attention than any headline ever could. Together, their reactions created a ripple effect that's still being felt in conversations online, in the tone of political discourse, even in how public figures respond to loss. It's no longer just about who speaks the loudest, but who speaks with purpose. So the real question isn't what they said about Charlie Kirk's widow, it's what their words revealed about us. In a moment when the world paused, three powerful voices reminded everyone watching that even in chaos, authenticity still breaks through the noise. And maybe that's the part no one saw coming.